Welcome to the Clubhouse Corner with Benny, Moose, and Eddy. Straight from Fremont to the Clubhouse. Dive into a world where East Coast golf elegance meets West Coast chill. Fast Eddy, how you doing, brother?
Benny, Moose, couldn't be better. Good Friday.
Happy Good Friday.
This is not even this is the Good Friday.
It's Easter weekend. Happy Good Friday to you.
Thank you, you too.
You know, I never really realized the magnitude of it, you know, and I'm not a religious person. It's it's kind of it's a day of celebration.
100%.
You know, so let's celebrate.
Well, let's cheers by drinking the Trumer
Pills. Trumer Pills.
The most awarded Pilsner in the world. Cheers, Trumer.
The perfect Pilsner. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. But we have to announce one thing today, Eddy.
What is it?
We have a new sponsor as well.
Oh, really?
An additional one.
That's great.
The Bear Companies.
The Bear Companies. Tell me all about the Bear Companies.
So the CEO...
Is that Grizzly Bear Companies? What's the deal with that?
Well, Papa Bear is kind of a grizzly. You know, the CEO, Mike Peters, you know, good friend of mine, played some golf today.
Nice.
And we listened to our podcast in the golf cart.
Oh, cool.
And he goes, "Are you kidding me? You're telling me I could have my name on the radio?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." So he said, "I'm in."
That's fantastic.
So I said, "Well, it's your lucky day, and we'll announce you today on the podcast."
It's a construction company, right?
They do a bunch of stuff. I mean, they do scaffolding, they do electrical. They did all the stuff in Los Gatos.
Shout out to one of Mike's employees, Felipe.
Felipe, yeah.
He used to take lessons off me at the clubhouse.
Uh-huh.
About once a month he would come up. Yeah, I know the company. I met Mike. He's a super nice guy.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, cheers to Mike Peters.
Here's to Mike. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you,
scaffolding, electric, and you know, traffic signals. They do it all. So, you know, great job, Mike, and thank you so much. So, Eddy, we're rolling into Easter weekend.
Yep.
We had a you know, kind of an interesting week.
Never a dull moment at the Fremont Clubhouse.
No, there really isn't. It was kind of busy this week.
Today was busy. We had like 17 hours of sim rentals in both sims.
That's awesome.
I was giving golf lessons. I was even jumped behind the bar. I was the barman. I was answering phone calls. I was doing everything.
Well, thank you for being who you are and
Jack of all trades, man.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Fast Eddy. So I thought we would talk about our favorite rounds of golf today.
Okay. That's a big one.
It is.
I mean, we could talk about that for hours.
Yeah.
I mean,
and we all have multiple favorites, right?
Oh, there's a lot of them come to mind.
Do you
want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I could. Well, okay, fine.
All right, I'll go first.
Right,
so I've been fortunate. I've played some amazing rounds of golf at amazing golf courses with amazing people and friends. And golf is just the best game in the world. Whenever you're playing great and you're with your friends. Where do I start? I remember when I was about 23, the best stretch of golf I've ever had was at Port Stewart Golf Club, my home golf course, which is where my heart lies, and around that links of Port Stewart Golf Club.
Is this stretch of good play or?
It was great
good
play. Really good play.
Okay.
Start off 3 pars, bogeyed the 4th hole, which is a par 5, and it just got me pissed off. Right, should be trying to make a birdie on that hole. I was standing on, so I was 1 over after 4 holes. I was standing on the 16th tee, 8 under par.
8 under.
I was 7 under par.
7 under par.
I was 8 under for 11 holes. That's the best stretch of golf I've ever had, and I did that playing with my best friend Mark Hempel and Alan O'Doherty, and this was a long time ago. That was the best stretch I've ever had. 8 under for 11 holes, and this is a championship golf course. They had the Irish Open there a few times. And I finished, that was the worst finish I've ever had. I finished double. So I had a bogey and 2 doubles, and I shot 69.
Oh, treasure.
The worst 69 I've ever shot.
Yeah, right.
But 69 is the best number in golf.
Well, I've heard there's a story out there.
But that's one of my memories. So there you go. Port Stewart Golf Club, ranked 98th in the world, 8 under for 11 holes, 2 eagles.
Wow.
And Finished with a 69.
Huh?
We went into the bar afterwards, and it kind of no one was talking because they were like, "Oh my God, this guy played the best he's ever had." Walking up the 17th hole, which is a complete bitch of a hole. It's stroke index number 2. It's a card wrecker. Go up there.
Wrecker.
I was in a bubble, in the zone, as they call it. You've heard that term, right? In the zone.
You get numb when you're playing well.
Walking up there, hit the ball down the right side of the fairway, just a little bit right rough. My buddy Mark said to me, "That's the best I've ever seen you play." And, that's a nice compliment, but that took me completely out of the bubble. Walked up, couldn't find the ball. No. We found the ball. I hit it over to the back of the green, couldn't find it. Had to go back. Hit the ball on the green, 2-putt, made 6.
No way.
Went up 18 and just took me out of my zone. Yeah.
And
here's the thing, I don't really remember
that wild
any of the shots when I was in the zone, but I remember coming out of it and before I went into it.
Golf is so fickle.
It's a mental game.
It really is.
It's a mental game. It's you against yourself before you step on the first tee.
There's not much.
And then it's you against the golf course.
Not much between your ears.
Well, it's just
but that's what
the hardest golf course is the 6 inches between your ears.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was Bobby Jones quote.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your favorite?
We've talked about Scotland, and that was a bucket list. Something I don't get to see a lot of the stuff that you've experienced. I mean, you've seen.
I've been very fortunate. I've seen some great golf courses.
Some very, very good stuff, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, my favorite one round, and it might take a couple of minutes here, but I would say that it would be in Kapalua at the Plantation Course on Maui.
Breathtaking, right?
In Hawaii.
Breathtaking?
Absolutely incredible. That's where they play the Century Tournament of Champions or whatever it's called, Yeah. We fell in love with Kapalua just on a fluke family vacation one time. And so I was out there and I started, I don't even think I warmed up, to be honest with you. I think I get to the tee box and I'm with this guy and I'm in my own cart and he's in his own cart, but he has this woman with him, but there's only one set of golf clubs.
Right.
And so we get to the second hole, and the gentleman that's in front of me says, or that I'm playing with, he says, "Hey, do you mind if we take pictures of you while you're playing golf?" And I'm like, "I don't really care. That's fine." Yeah. Then I was like all into the John Daly, the loudmouth golf plans. Yeah, so I'm like, I'm all decked out. Okay. And and I'm having a good time, and I shot a really good round, but we get to the turn, people were like starting to flock to us, and I'm like, I go to the 10th hole, and I'm waiting, and this guy's like not coming up. And so anyway, we finish, and I had a really good round. I really had I think I shot sub 80.
Nice.
At Plantation, and that place is amazing.
Yeah, I've never played it. I'd love to go play it.
Panoramic views. You just want to see that whale breach.
Yeah.
That it would, anyway, I've never seen it. But so I'm there and we finish. And I asked the guy, literally, this is no joke. This is Good Friday.
Yeah.
If I lie today, I mean, I'm really in trouble.
Right.
And I say, would you mind signing my card because I played so well, because my friends won't remember who, or they won't believe me.
Right.
And they said, yeah, sure, no problem. And at the meantime, the entire staff of the resort, not the resort, but the clubhouse and everybody, the restaurant, they're all coming out and they want to take pictures with this guy. And he signs the card, and it was Chris Christopherson.
Say that 3 times fast.
Chris Christopherson. And I had no idea who he was.
He's a famous actor, right?
Yeah, big actor.
What's he been in?
I don't even know. I mean, I could tell you.
Yeah.
I could say, but it was something.
So they weren't looking to take pictures with Benny Moose?
I didn't even know who he was.
Oh.
And so I get like, and it was kind of fun. That was probably my favorite round of golf that I've ever had.
That's great. The thing about golf is, it doesn't matter if you have $1 million or you're an actor or you're a plumber or you don't have anything. Once you step on that first tee, you're all equal.
He probably doesn't remember the round. Maybe he does. Maybe he's a picture of Benny Moose on his mantle in
With the loudmouth
he
pants
lives
on.
He
Yeah.
apparently he lives in Hana.
Okay.
Okay, so he would have probably helicoptered over because you're not going to drive from Hana to Kapalua. I mean, it's opposite sides of the island. So I imagine he probably helicoptered over.
Yeah.
But if he's still there, Chris Christopherson, thank you. It was an amazing round.
That's a cool story, Ben. Thanks for sharing.
It was fun. I mean, apparently I didn't know how big Chris Christopherson was as a person. So one of your claims to fame right now is your tip of the week.
Tip of the week. All right. So golf is the hardest game in the world because there's so many moving parts. Everything's moving, right? So we want to move efficiently. There's 4 key horses in the swing. There's your lower body, your upper body, your arms, and the club. And golf is pretty simple in the nature of it. In the backswing, the club has to go first because it travels the longest distance in the backswing. Your club goes first, your arms go second, your torso, upper body turns, and then your lower body rotates. That's the order of the sequence in the backswing.
Of course.
In the downswing, it's just the opposite order. The lower body goes first, then the upper body, then the arm and the club.
It's like a corkscrew.
That's it. So think about throwing a ball. How would you throw a ball? You load into your right, load into your hip, and then your lower body goes first.
It's a corkscrew.
So Eddie's tip of the week is about sequence. Most people that I see play, they start the downswing in the wrong order. Whether the club goes first, whether the arms go first, chest goes first, or even the lower body and upper body go together. The lower body leads the downswing. And think of any athletic motion you've ever done. Throwing a ball, baseball, tennis, whatever it is. That's the athletic motion. I find that the most important part of golf is impact on how you hit the golf ball. That's always going to be number one. To me, the second most important part is the transition from the top of the backswing down to the ball. What goes first? The lower body needs to go out of the gate first, then the upper body follows the lower body, then the arms, then the club. Make sense?
Yeah, it does, but I have a question. In regards to your transition, you said the most important from the downswing to impact, but isn't there we can get into 1,000 different elements, but that first movement is very important too, right? With elbow.
That's what I'm saying. The lower body goes first.
Lower body goes first.
Not the elbow.
Not the
or
elbow.
the chest or the club. The lower body has to go first.
Okay, got it.
A really simple drill to kind of get that motion to be more efficient is called step change of direction with a swish. And it goes like this. Swish. Set up to the ball like you normally would. Put your this is for a right-hand golfer, put your left foot beside your right foot. When you swing the club back with your arms, once you get to about hip height, I want your lower body with your left foot to go back to the original position and then shift back to the so that way the lower body is leading the downswing. So set up to the ball like you normally would, put your left foot beside your right foot, swing the club back. When it gets halfway back, step your left foot back, shift into your left leg, and then the club will come after it. So I find that if you can start the downswing in the right order, which is the most efficient way to do it, everything kind of snowballs into place. And we talked about putting the club in the slot. That's how you do it. 90% of people slice the ball because they're coming over the top. And that, generally speaking, is because either the club's going first, the arms are going first in transition, the chest is going first, or the lower and the upper body go first in transition. If you can get the lower body to separate from the upper body and lead the downswing, you'll generate a lot more power, drop the club into the slot, and boom, you'll turn tragic into magic.
But there's so many other things. But you're absolutely right on the transition and the, using the ground as power. I mean, that's a major thing.
That's right.
And nobody knows really what that means. I mean, that's like strengthening your gut, clenching your butt, and driving your leg into the ground at the same time and trying to throw a kettlebell 25 yards. That's really what you're trying to do with a golf swing, especially with the driver. It's a wild sequence.
The kind of closer you get to the green with short game, we find that with the best players, they do early release a little bit and scoop.
Yeah.
So the transition does change the closer you get to the green because you need to elevate a little bit more loft. use the bounce of the club. But I'm talking for a golf shot, like with any kind of full swing golf shot. If you can lead your downswing with the lower body, you'll generate more power.
Sure.
Drop the club into the slot. Essentially, that's the efficiency of the golf swing.
Well, there's so many, like we've said over the last few weeks.
I had a lady years ago. I worked at a Jewish club called Edgewood Country Club in New Jersey, and she coined this little phrase. And it's kind of corny, but I loved it. Turn your ass and hit the grass. That's what she told me. She goes, oh, I get it. Okay, I need to use my lower body, and I need to hit little ball, big ball. I'm like, okay, turn your ass, hit the grass. I love that expression. Very simple, easy to remember. But, yeah, that's my tip of the week. Lead the downswing with the lower body. Have you watched Happy Gilmore?
Turn your ass, hit the grass. Yes, of course I have.
Okay.
Happy Gilmore. I want to box Bob Barker.
Yeah. So he ran up to the ball and hit it, right? So I get all my young kids to run up to the ball and hit it. They're just having a good old time, but they're developing power, sequence, and speed.
Yeah.
And they're having fun with it. If you can associate fun with kids, that's amazing. Hopefully they'll play golf for the rest of their life.
Oh, that's the best.
So step change of direction with a swish is a mini version of the Happy Gilmore. And you can hit golf balls doing it, absolutely. I would advise if you're trying to generate more power in your swing, once a week, go out there and do that. Now, the swish part of it is the sound of the club going through the air.
Yeah.
The louder the swish, the faster the club's going.
I was going to say it's March Madness. Maybe it was basketball, but I'm glad you said that.
So basketball, like I don't understand anything about that because I'm from Ireland. We don't play basketball.
Well, you're a short white guy.
But if I was to, try and make a free throw, I would squat, come up, my legs would go first, the power goes into my chest, and then I would move my arms.
It's all sequence. It's all sequence.
The sequence is very similar.
Of course.
Golf, we're using the rotational aspect of it, but yeah, there's Eddie's tip of the week.
I love that.
And not only that, go see a PGA professional.
Yeah, because you're not going to know any different.
www.fremontclubhouse.com.
And Eddie at fremontclubhouse.com.
That's it. Turning tragic into magic.
Tragic into magic, Eddie. I like that. But yeah, absolutely. Go see Eddie. He's the best. I mean, he's the best. We also, at the clubhouse, we sell some equipment. And so we try to do a deal of the week. What do you have today, Eddie?
Oh, my goodness. What could we do? Okay, all right. Here's we go. What about this, Ben? The new Callaway AI Smoke Driver.
I have that.
Guaranteed to make it go further and straighter. Guaranteed, and you're not getting your money back.
I played mine today.
Yeah?
I did. Last week, or I played on Wednesday. I was ready to return it, send it back, saying
and pick up pickleball, right? You were saying?
Oh yeah, no, I was ready to become a pickleballer.
I would pay to watch that.
I was ready to become that, but no, I today I hit it well.
Like it?
Yeah.
I must.
Well, I adjusted it. We talked about it.
I must admit, I really do like it. It really is good. They've re-engineered the face, so there's sweet spots all over the face. But deal of the week is they retail at $599.99. We sell it for $499.99. That's $100 savings
at the clubhouse.
And you know what? I'm going to even go a little bit further. I'm going to give you a free fitting.
Free fitting.
Free fitting to get you dialed into the right head, the right shaft, the right loft. Free fitting,
but get
and $100 off.
Come see you, get fit, and save $100.
And you get a free fitting from a PGA professional.
No brainer.
No brainer. There's Eddie's tip of the week and promotion of the week.
I love that.
And I've got one other thing.
What's that?
I have this towel right here. This is the Clubhouse towel.
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty cool. You got a little snap-on for your bag, but I have this little magnetic thing. So when it's on the ground, you just put your wedge or your putter to it, attaches to it, pick it up.
I love it.
So tag us on social media.
Yes.
And we'll pick a winner. Gets a free Clubhouse golf towel.
Love
you can
that.
come over, swing by the clubhouse, get your towel, and enjoy a 1 hour free simulator rental for up to 4 friends. $80 value.
That's amazing.
Tag us on social media. What are you're the social media guy,
Ben? Fremont Clubhouse.
Yeah.
That's social. That's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Come see us. Absolutely.
Perfect.
Eddie, 4 people for 1 hour. Tag us. We're going to pick a winner. I use that towel. I love that towel.
You like it, right?
I do. You know what? I really love the magnet because it can go right on the golf cart.
Oh, yeah.
right below the rangefinder. That's magnetic, and then boom, clean your club, done.
Easy peasy.
No, that's fabulous. Well done. Good choice.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you.
We are 100% in golf season, which means the Masters.
Augusta's around the corner.
Masters are coming up in.
I would say, look,
2 weeks.
Being on the East Coast for 14 years, I spent 14 years up and down different clubs on the East Coast. Augusta really meant the start of the golf season for millions of people on the East Coast.
For sure.
Once Augusta came around, okay, now it's time
with the weather
to get out there,
sure.
start playing. And I really got your juices flowing.
Yeah.
Now, the Masters is an invitational event.
Yeah.
They can invite whoever they want.
That's right.
What's your favorite memory of the Masters?
Boy.
I'll go first while you think about that.
You have it right there?
I have it right there. Listen, I'm Fast Eddy, man. Come on.
You are Fast Eddy.
Growing up as a kid, I stayed up till like 1 o'clock in the morning watching the Masters.
At home.
Now, obviously, in Ireland, it's a 5-hour difference from Georgia to Ireland, and they're playing till like 7 o'clock at night. So I'd sit there in my bedroom watching the Masters till like 1 in the morning, and what really got me fixated on golf was Nick Faldo winning the 89 and 90 Masters back to back. I watched that every round. I was a huge Nick Faldo fan, and
he was from.
Not because he was from England or he was from European, but certainly
you liked him.
His style of demeanor, his golf swing was just so perfect. He had that stare. He was just dialed in.
He was,
and I was a huge fan of it. He won back-to-back majors, and no one had done it since Jack Nicklaus, I believe.
He went back-to-back Masters.
He went back-to-back 89 and 90. 90 and then he 96. He won his third one. It was the famous Greg Norman collapse, where in the last round.
Yeah.
Faldo shot 67,
yeah.
Norman shot 76, and then he won his third Masters. But the Masters is such a tradition. If you're a golfer and you don't know what the Masters is, you're not really a golfer. It's the first major of the year.
I could not agree more with you.
That's what kickstarts the golf season, in my mind, on the East Coast, because it happens in April. All the golf courses are starting to get better. The weather's getting better. Everyone's starting to play golf. That's one of my favorite. There's so many great memories. What about you, Ben? What's your favorite Masters memory?
Boy. I remember, my grandfather taught me how to play golf, and so I always watched golf with him on Sundays, and when I was at his house, and he was always a Jack fan.
Jack Nicklaus, yep.
And I took a liking to Tom Watson, and it was kind of his the next coming of Jack. And Tom never really, then competition just prevailed, right? And whatever it was, natural abilities.
Yep.
I don't know. But just watching the Tom Watson, Jack Nicklaus, battles, those were a lot of fun. But I'll tell you my favorite Masters is probably Tiger winning.
Yeah, 97, yeah.
No, in 20.
Okay.
Yeah, 19 or 20, whatever it was. His last Masters win. It wasn't 97. I mean,
that was his first one.
His first one was 97. So I'm talking his last one.
Yeah.
His most recent.
Right, a couple of years ago.
Yeah, a couple of years ago. That just said, you know what? Perseverance, love
it.
The game, right?
Totally agree with you, man. I think it was 2019.
Just watching him do that.
2019 or 2020, he won it's been his 15th major.
Yeah.
And he won that major with a tailor-made mallet putter. He's won all his other majors with his Scotty Cameron Newport.
Yeah, Newport.
This one he won with the Scotty tailor-made mallet putter.
Yeah. No, that was a
talk about a comeback.
Yeah, that wouldn't, after everything he went through, I mean, good, bad, otherwise, whatever. No. Tiger, we always said he's the needle.
He is the needle, yeah.
So, that's my favorite. But who do you like to win this year? What's your?
From being from Northern Ireland, I always have to root for Rory. I love Rory's swing. A few weeks ago, Charlie Woods, his dad told him not to copy him, but to copy Rory. I mean, what a compliment from the greatest golfer of all time. Don't copy my swing, copy Rory. Because he's never not in balance. We talked about that last week, I think.
Yeah.
But I've got to root for Rory. I want to see him win the green jacket, but realistically, how can you not bet against Scotty Scheffler? The Scotty Scheffler shuffle.
How's that Scotty shuffle?
He's on fire right now. He's world number one. Yeah. He's got to be the bookie's favorite to win.
I imagine
but I would love to see Rory win. I got to think that Scotty Scheffler is the favorite. So I'm going to go Rory. Hopefully he can pull it out.
I'm going to go Victor Hovland. He's got to get out of his head. He's overly technical, and I think he's got all the skill. He's a FedEx Cup champion. That's
hell
my
of a
guy.
Player.
That's my guy. Anyway, Eddie, we're wrapping up. Episode number 7.
Lucky number 7.
Thank you again to Trumer Pills and our new sponsor, Bear Companies. Thank you, Mike Peters and company. And you know what, everybody? Go play your courses and come see the Clubhouse. Book your next event. And you know what? We're here for you.
Yep. Love it. All right, we'll see you next week, Benny Moose.
All right, Eddie.
Have a good week.
All right, man.